Hello, I'm Huzi Ting from the Power Department of Autodatas. Today, I will introduce to you this XPeng P7 Long Range Max Edition. As you can see, we have partially disassembled, and I'm going to do it from the perspective of EV powertrain system. First, let's start with the overall layout, because XPeng P7 is a rear single electric drive. Most of the high voltage components connected to the battery pack are located at the rear. It can briefly connect the high voltage wiring harness, and that reduces costs. And as you can see, the space on the back end is relatively large. Then we can see the high voltage charging port is located on the right side. This is a 2-in-1 charging port for fast charging and slow charging. XPeng P7 Plus's DC and OBC are a 2-in-1 design. You can see it's underneath the car, behind the collision beam. And there is also a plastic base plate at the bottom for protection. Then this is the battery pack of XPeng P7 Plus. You can see that there are 2 long water pipes. That means it's a liquid-cooled battery pack. And it has 3 kinds of fasteners. There are 4 particularly long ones. It runs through the middle and is fixed under the car body. And our raised end is facing the rear of the car. The flat end is towards the front of the car. The raised end we just mentioned, it is a high voltage compartment housing the BDU, BMS, and CSC. And there are also 2 explosion-proof valves installed on the side of our high-pressure chamber. From the battery pack nameplate, we can tell that this is a battery pack produced by Eve Energy. However, according to official data, it only has LFP battery, which is the only configuration. It's rated 615 volts. The rated capacity is 124 ampere hours, so we can know that the power of its battery pack is 76.3 degrees. In our Autodata's Darwin database, ONV060 is also LFP battery with a rear single electric drive, but its battery power is only 60 degrees. It is 16.3 degrees less than XPeng P7 Plus. The battery capacity directly affects the driving range. So our most intuitive comparison is the cruising range of the L60 will be far inferior to that of the P7 Plus. So we just introduced the battery pack part. Next, I will introduce the drivetrain. From the shell side, we can see the motor, reducer, and inverter. It's a 3-in-1 design. So the advantage of this design is fewer coolant pipes and wiring harnesses between the housing and modules to further achieve the purpose of reducing costs. We can see through the nameplate information, it has a peak power of 230 kW. Peak torque is 450 N, and the L60 we compared before is also a permanent magnet synchronous motor. Motor peak power is 240 kilowatts. Because the peak torque of P7 Plus is much higher than the L60, the torque burst at the moment of starting will be stronger. Lower acceleration is more rapid. We just compared the batteries and motors of the P7 and the L60. We can see from the data of the battery pack, P7 has a longer range, so it is more suitable for long-distance travel. As for the drivetrain, because they are all 3-in-1 designs, performance parameters are also on par. So from the perspective of EV systems, this XPeng P7 Plus long-range max version behind me, the cost-performance ratio is still very high. This presentation is also coming to an end. If you are interested, you can pay attention to the follow-up disassembly of Autodatas.